Hello bros and welcome to X 0 Bro 5 Production and next part the Sakura Forest Girls. So I grabbed a bottle of water since last time because so you can remember that I said my throat was getting dry, so well, now I have some water here next to me, so at least we should be able to keep reading without any problems. So let's just jump in where we left off. I glow at Maya incensed. Her head is resting upon Ayana's lap, her fluffy hair pulled on her tights, her eyes are closed in contentment, and her bare toes are curled in on themselves like a cat's. Bursts emit from her lips in irregular intervals as Ayana picking hand slowly and carefully cleans out her ears. Okay, that's weird. You think based on the sound Maya's making that the pair of them were doing something very indecent indeed. I think everyone was thinking that. I mean, at the only bare sound, that would sound they were doing something very wrong. The whole thing is incredibly discomforting. What? Oh, what is this? Is it? Maya cracks open eye and glances at me, still smiling. Is something bothering you, my dear Jaja? Yeah, something is bothering me. Sometimes it's bothering me very much, and you should know that what it is, you wicked witch. What? Maya blinks. Are you jealous that I asked Ayana, not you, to clean out my ears? I'm sure you wish yourself had been bestowed the privilege. But alas, it is a fiddly job, and I trust Ayana more than you, or the pair of you. She is the more elegant. I fear if you were given myself unto you, you would have pierced my eardrums, not through malice, but throughout sheer ineptitude. Who are you calling inept? I hit my teeth together. Have you know I'm very good with a spear. I'm very precise. Perhaps you are. I cannot confirm it, having never seen you fight. This knowledge does little to endear you to me, however. Spears are made for stabbing, not for shooting. I would not want you to plunge this pick all the way into my ear, as you would drive your spear into the hide of a fluffy bunny. Why you? Let's go, arms crossed. You make me sound like I'm some sort of brute, but that isn't fair at all. Do have some self-control. Some, but not a lot. I have plenty of it, thank you very much. But it's dwindling with every second I spend with you. You're impossible. I am a witch. It comes with the territory. It is a lot in life to make the impossible possible. With my enchantments I can imbue fire forth from nothing, and compel the rain to fall. There's little I cannot do, other than mind your manners, I guess. I scuffed the ground with the tip of my foot. How do I feel about this, anyway? I'm not jealous, but I mean, that is kind of weird. Having someone else clean out your ears, that is quite weird. I'm really not jealous that you picked Ayana for the job. I don't want to go anywhere near your smelly old ears. I have no interest in sticking a pick or a spear in any of your orifices, thank you very much. And why are you pouting so, my dear little warrior girl? What ails you? You ails me. It's like everything you do and say was tailor-made to annoy me. Those little moans and the sights you were making were infuriating. What moons and sights? Don't act like you don't know. You You must have been doing it on purpose. Doing what on purpose? My eyes glint with challenge. I am afraid you must be elaborate, or I will be none the wiser. You know. I glance away, my face red. You were saying all sorts of weird stuff, like you were in so deep and it feels so good. Then you were making noises like and ah and ha and ha. Doesn't sound like you were having your ears clean, not at all. But I am, as you can see. I know you are, but that's not what I heard. And what I pray tell was that? This woman is annoying. She's really getting on my nerves. I wish I could exercise myself from the situation coolly, as I'm sure Ayana would. But I didn't. But I don't have any composure. Instead, nettled, I clench my hands into my fists and cry. Alright, fine. I spell it out for you. It was what you really want. It totally sounded like you and Diana were having a sexually bounding session. No! Damn it. My face turns red as I am, but despite myself, I'm trembling from tip to toe and my whole body is quaking. How can it be so hard to attribute one word? What is wrong with me? I know all about the birds and bees courtesy of my parents. I don't really know how it works between two women, but I know it can. And the sounds of Maya make them anything but innocent. The sound you were doing unspeakable due to wicked things to Ayana. You must be getting off this. On this. Silence descends upon Maya's home. Ayana's fingers, which were curled about the stem of the pick, still while a wicked smile captured Maya's lips. Oh my, oh my. She looks like enjoying herself immensely at my expense on my dad. As for Ayana, however, she blinks. Her blue eyes look very large in her heart-shaped face. Look, those startled gazelles. Does she really sound like that? Yes, it does. Couldn't you tell? Not really, no. I am inexperienced in such matters. I do not know what it really means to get off. But you said it is something lewd. It's very, very lewd. This woman has everything in Maya's direction. She's still laying closely in Ayana's lap, legs curled up, her smile smug. Is a menace. Do you really think so? I quite like the sound of that. Maybe you could call me Maya the Menace, scourge of the soft ice from now on. Why are you laughing? This is no laughing matter. How dare you defy Ayana? She's too pure and innocent to listen to your licentious moans. Am I being defiled? Anna looked at me, her pale eyelashes tremulous. I was not aware. I thought I was only cleaning out Maya's ears. I was only trying to be useful. And you are useful, Ayana. You're very useful. Your character feels simply divine, as you do your ties. So you admit you are getting up on this, you creep. I will admit to no such thing. It is true that I am enjoying this, but I have done nothing to be censured for. But what about those moans? They were nothing but a token of appreciation. I mean, any event moaning is no crime. I think this may be a case of pot calling the kettle black, my little warrior girl. What do you mean? Only that if this touching, tasteful, intimate scene appears lewd to you, it may be because you are the one with the dirty mind. You really must be a pervert to constitute this as something inappropriate. Perhaps you ought to douse yourself in cold water. That might calm you down. Is that true, Yada? Do you feel unwell? Anna brow carrots in concern. Your face is rather red. Perhaps I should make a tonic for you. It should help to relieve your Anna cheeks color urges. I don't have any urges. It's this which was truly perverse one. Don't listen to anything she says, Ayana. She's just trying to turn you against me. That sounds like something a person with a guilty conscience would say. Oh, shut up. Tut. How rude. Is that the only way to address your hostess? I address you however I want. You're really trying my temper. I've had it up to here. I answered with one hand. With you and your antics, I can't stand you. I turn my back to my sulking a storm outside. Ayana calls after me, but I ignore her. Maya is driving me nuts. I really can't deal with her. What do you deal with that witch? She's the worst. I sit outside my aunt's wand about my knees. The sun has set since I made my dramatic entrance from Maya's home. Now the sky is full of stars. There's a gentle breeze which makes my ponytail flutter about my shoulders. It's soothing, but it does little to calm my nerves. I feel well and truly rattled. The witch knows how to get under my skin like nobody else. I've not known her very long, but she's already figured out all my weak points. Was she able to unearth my insecurities through magic, or am I so transparent it shows upon my face? I'm not sure, but neither possibility is all that comforting. Jeez. Aside, I know witches are supposed to be inexplicable and aloof, but she takes it to the whole new level. I wish we didn't have to rely on her. I don't want to spend another second with her. But I can't storm off now and leave Ayana behind. That wouldn't be very nice. I promised I would look after her. And we still need that witch to tell us where Coco is. I don't want to ruin everything. Why am I like this? I need to be more composed, like Ayana is. I can't let that witch get to me. I inhale deeply, then count to 5. When I reach 5, I exhale, savoring the sensation of my lungs slowly deflating. Once I expel my breath into the lukewarm night air, I then take another deep breath. I hold the breath in my lungs, then count to 5. Exhale. Then inhale. I'm sitting perfectly still, but I feel restless all the same. I can't calm down. I keep thinking about all the things that witch said earlier. And you are useful, Ayana. You're very useful. Your caresses feel simply divine, as do your wonderful ties. How dare she? I grab a little fistful of grass in my right hand and squeeze it tightly enough to turn my palm green. Then I throw these blades of grass into the air. They're swallowed by the breeze and then soon scatter lost in the night sky. How dare she take advantage of Ayana's kindness like that? Ayana never let me rest my head on her thighs like that. It's not fair. If that is what you want, I would not mind obliging you. You can rest your head against me whenever you like. I start surprised and whip about my eyes wide. I thought when I start off I left to my own devices. Ayana might be my friend, but I doubt that she wants to talk to me given my obvious state of distemper. I must have underestimated me. She followed me all the same, and now she's here, standing only a few paces away from me. Her blue eyes are crinkled at the corner with concern, and her lips are pursed in a small frown. Ayana. A hot blush rises to my cheek. I pray to the stars it's dark enough that Ayana can't see it. I don't want to make my feelings too obvious. Though according to Maya they're already so apparent I might as well have them tattooed on my face. How long have you been here? Not very. How much did you hear? Only the part about you want to rest your head on my thighs. I wince. I'm glad Ayana came to check up on me, but she could have picked the worst time to do it. Of course, she just had to stumble across me at the most incriminating moment. Sorry, Ayana. It's not like I want to rest my head on your thighs or anything. You don't? No, it's just my imagination. No, it's just my imagination. Does she look disappointed by that? Nah, there's no way. No, well, haha. I guess I wouldn't mind. It might be kind of nice. I wouldn't want to make you uncomfortable, though. It wouldn't make me uncomfortable. My lap is always open to you. Well, maybe we can try it some other time. Do you want to sit down? If you want me to. I think it would be nice, yeah. I need somebody to talk to other than myself. I don't want to come across as a total crazy person. It's fine. I don't think you're crazy. You're just passionate is all. That a nice way of saying crazy. If you are crazy, I must be too, because the crazy girl right here is my dearest friend and in all the world. Anna sits beside me in the woven rug, a small smile on her face. So I take it Maya's upset you. Was that obvious, huh? Just a bit. Jeez. That's right. I'm sorry for storming off like that. I know it wasn't very mature of me. I didn't want to make you worries. It's just that witch. She's so infuriating. Because she used me as a pillow. That's not the worst of it. She acts so smug, like she's some kind of goddess, and she keeps talking down to me. She done nothing but to make fun of me since we met her. I can't stand her. She hasn't been particularly polite, it is true. But you have been antagonistic toward her too. Don't you recall that you threatened to spit in her eye? Well, I guess, but she was asking for it. I don't know if anybody would want to be spat at. Anna frowns. I do not want to take sides in this matter, but I do not think Maya is as bad as you seem to think. Perhaps you should give her a chance. She might be the only person who can help us find Coco. Yeah, I know. We kind of have to rely on her. But that makes the situation even more rotten. I don't want to be in her debt. Not that she's done anything to help us just yet. Now there's an interesting thought. What if she has no intention of helping us? She might be toying with us. Seems like the sort of thing which like her would do. I would like to have a faith in her. There are 4 worse things she could do if she wished to torment us. She hasn't turned us into toads yet, has she? I guess that's one positive. It's a pretty flimsy one, though. Not turning somebody into a toad is a bare minimum you should expect from a hostess, really. I spoke to Maya after you left, and she seems somewhat guilty. She confessed that she might have gone too far, and she asked me to talk to you on her behalf. She said that she was sorry. Really? I raised my eyebrow. Somehow I find that very hard to believe. It is true. You should know that I don't tell lies, not to my friends. I never tell lies. I always tell the truth no matter what. I done it for about 4 or 5 years now, and I don't intend to stop. Never lying is a quality not many can possess. If you ever manage to start never telling a lie, don't stop. I have never been anything but honest with you, Yaja. I guess you have a point. I look up at the sky, my arms looped around my legs. Why did the witch send you out here to tell me that, though? Couldn't she come and say sorry by herself? She is supposed to be a grown-up. In fact, if she to be believed, she is far more grown-up than you or I. I think she was afraid you would ignore her. You have not made your distance to... You have not made your distance toward her a secret. Well, that's a little weird of a sentence. Well, let's continue reading. That's a fair point, I suppose. That's it. So, what does that witch want from me? Does she expect me to thank her for her truthfulness and grovel at her feet? I don't know if she's that hopeful. She does not want you to forgive her or even to like her. I think she only wants you to tolerate her for the time being. She said if you continue to serve her, she would help us find Coco. We just need to put in a bit more work and try to put up with her without going insane. That's that. Maya's company is growing to be a very difficult thing to tolerate, though I can't say exactly why. I don't understand my own feelings, they're all a jumble. What am I getting so worked up about? Well, this is not a hard choice, but I'm gonna read them out. I don't want my corrupting Ayana. Well, that's a choice I'm gonna take, so that I'm afraid of falling for Maya. That's not gonna happen because she is truly infuriating, and I don't trust that. You should never trust a witch, but you can rely on them at some point. But don't never let your guard down around one. I don't want to be left out. Well, that's not really that, because if anything would do things that was occurring, I would probably want Ayana to do that. I don't want Maya to corrupting Ayana. Yeah, I think that's right. Seeing Maya and Ayana interact in so familiar manner was painful. I don't want that witch taking Ayana away from me. I'm afraid about that. But I can't let my own silly prejudices ruin the opportunity. Maya really might be our only shot at finding Coco. Alright, fine. I try to play nice from now on, though I can't make any promises. That witch is so aggravating. I really don't think she's as bad as all that. But thank you for being understanding, I appreciate it. And smiles and rises to her feet. She holds her hand to me, palm outstretched, and says softly, "Shall we go back?" Yeah, let's go back together. I think if I'm with you, I'll be able to put up with that awful woman. You give me strength, Ayana. You give me strength too. And let's keep going. Let's keep doing our best. I Take Ayana's hand in my own and let her pull me to my feet. When I'm with Ayana, I really do feel like I can do anything. Okay, that shift was very... Okay, it is correct, because that shift was crazy. I thought my keyboard maybe thought I pressed a button and jumped forward, but apparently not. Let's see if it do it again. Yeah, it shifted very quickly. I am very sorry, Ada. I do hope you forgive me for my wicked ways. That's how Maya greets me when I return to her home. She bows her head contrite and fixes me with a winsome, wide-eyed look. I enjoy teasing cute girls that you may have been able to gather, but sometimes I find myself taking things too far. Yes, you think? Oh, my eyes. I'm glad you decided to apologize, but you really should have reined yourself in when you had. Then you never would have upset me. I know, I'm very sorry. I did not mean to upset you, truly. I was simply overexcited. It is rare, you see, that I have guests as cute as you and your little friend. You are both so darling. It's so very fun to tease. I cannot help but exercise my pleasure to see your face turn red. So things stuck to my keyboard. Yeah, it's gone. I cannot help but exercise pleasure to see your face turn red and your eyes fill with tears. Your anguish is most delicate. If I could, I would dine upon it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But you seem to take care not to care for that idea, so I shall attempt to constrain myself in the future. I shall not lay my head upon you again. Good, at least that's something. Unless you want me to, that is. As if I ever want that. I'm not interested in you, and I doubt Ayana is either. You don't like do you, Ayana? I don't dislike her. Well, thank you. I'm very partial to you, too, dear. Don't get carried away. Ayana is being nice. I doubt she actually cares for you. And what about you, Mr. Warrior? Have your feelings toward me improved somewhat? As if. That's not irreversibly. I don't like you at all. Really? That is sad. My pouts, but she soon perks up. Her moods are even more mercurial than the weather. Oh well, you may feel that way for the present, but feelings are mutable and I can change. I'm sure after spending a bit more time in my company, you will grow to appreciate me. I can be quite accommodating hostess when I feel like it. I giggles, which makes me shiver. Gross. My feelings for cute girls are not gross, and I shall never apologize for them. It's only natural to be attracted to adorable things. I should keep my hands to myself, but I cannot promise I won't make a few lecturous remarks every now and then. I hope you can forgive my foibles. I get so lonely, you see. That sounds like your problem. That's right. But I try to keep a lid on my temper. Yes, you do that. I think that would be a vastly better place if people were more forgiving. Though you may disdain me now, I'm sure within time we will become the best of friends. Now to seal our newfound pact. Maya hops over to me like a bunny, then presses a kiss against my cheek. It's a quick and fleeting kiss, ever even fainter than the breeze, but it makes me jump nonetheless. I catch a whiff of Maya's floral perfume. It's strong enough to be overpowering, and it makes my head reel. For such a soft, unsustainable kiss, that felt awfully intimate. But why am I blushing? Hey. I draw back abashed and press a hand to my cheek where Maya's lips were a few moments prior. What's the big idea? I thought you said you keep your hands off. I did keep my hands off you. I made no such promise about my lips, though. They're just a technicality, you know it. We witches are very and exploiting a loopholes. Oh, my cheek with my hand and look. Alright, pouting, my face still on fire, and my heart is thudding like a drum. What could this mean? Well, it probably wasn't that bad, but I'm being overcautious with what the choices I pick. And I would say I haven't totally forgiven her yet, and that probably means I hated it. There's no point in dwelling on this any further. I know what it means. I must have hated it. There's no way I could ever enjoy being kissed by a woman like Maya. Now, would you mind awfully if I asked you to stay here? I give you chores to do, but I won't work you too hard. You are my guests, not my servants, and I will treat you with as such respect as I can muster. I guess that's fine if you promise to help us find Coco. I cannot make any promises just yet, but I will consider it. If you assist me, I shall make it worth your while. I fold my arms across my chest. I'm disinclined to put my trust in Maya, but Ayana did ask me to play nice. I wouldn't want to disappoint her. I guess I can go along with this. For now. Alright, fine. You in. I stay here. Good. I'm very happy to hear that. Maya claps her hands together and beams, her smile luminous. Please make yourselves at home. I promise I take very, very good care of you, my cute little kitties. I lie beneath my covers that night upon an unfamiliar floor in an unfamiliar room. The scent of Maya's home is a peculiar one. Unlike anything I've smelled before, I can't quite place it. It's earthy like soil, undercut with a pungent floral, or maybe a ball. Aroma so strong it makes me feel woozy. I have a very precise spot in my throat that is extra dry right now, but however I angle my head and drink the water, it doesn't seem to hit that spot. Well, let's continue reading. My legs and feet are aching from all the walking I've been doing, and my head feels numb. I like to slip off to sleep, but rest refuse to come. I feel tense and on edge, alert to the slightest of sounds. I don't belong here. I don't feel safe here. Maya's earlier threats, though spoken lightly, were disconcerting all the same, and they perturbed me. If you and I were ever to come to blows, which I pray will never happen, I would not bother with physical exertion. I would use my magic to charm you and turn you into my slave. I could, in your interpreted state, make you drop your spear upon the ground, or turn it on yourself, or even upon your little friend. My teasing laughter echoes in my ears, like a half-remembered lullaby. I can't shut it out even when I bury my head against one of the cushions Maya provided us. The cushion doesn't offer much comfort, soft though it is, and like everything else in Maya's home, it smells of her, or Earth's secrets and rich, potent perfume. Could Maya really use her magic to make me her slave? I'm uneducated in ways of magic, and I have no idea. There's a chance she's bluffing, but it's also highly probable she's being serious. Well, you can use charming magic to actually turn someone to your will, but it usually doesn't last very long. Usually the slightest thing that put things in wrong. If you notice something that's wrong or anything, that spell usually breaks instantly. She must know a lot of powerful spells if she has such a reputation. Stories have been told about her for years, decades even. I might look young, but I think she's far older than Ayana and I. How many years has she been alive? How many young girls has she taken into her home? And how many has she taken advantage of? Perhaps she bathed in the maiden's blood. Is that how she maintained her youth? I've heard the blood is an important component of many spells. The fresher the better. For all I know, this could be some kind of trap. She's acting friendly enough, but the moment I let my guard down, she could reveal her fangs. The thought makes me shiver. I can't help but worry that. I can't help to worry that Diane will get hurt. I think I would feel most worried about that right now. I mean, I think we will find Coco eventually anyway, and Diana will, so I'm worried that Diana will get hurt. I don't think I would ever forgive myself if Diana were hurt. I vowed before we set off on our journey that I would look after her, and that is what I intend to do. I need to protect her. Flora isn't here to look out for her anymore. I'm the only ally she has. We are very, very long away from home. And save there. So, that was all I have for Sakura Forest Girls this time. So hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.